Now, let's change the facts around. Let's say a 40-year-old gentleman comes to you, newly married. He's trying to get pregnant, and neither he nor his wife, after trying for a year, have been successful. So they go for fertility testing. And during the course of fertility testing, it turns out his wife is perfectly fertile. He's the problem. What's the problem? Well, about 20 years earlier, in his young 20s, he developed a condition known as testicular torsion. That's a condition where the testicle twists upon itself, cutting off the spermatic cord, cutting off the nerves, and can kill the testicle because of a decreased blood flow. Well, they caught this one in time before he lost the testicle. But in order to prevent this from happening in the future, the doctor put a stitch into the cord leading from the testicle up to attach it to the scrotum so that this would not happen again. What this young man found out during the course of his fertility testing was that that stitch closed off that spermatic cord, which explains why he had no sperm coming up and explained why he was infertile. So now, in order to answer the question of whether his matter may be timely, let's go back and ask the question. Was this stitch that was put into the spermatic cord something that was designed to be left inside of his body? The answer is yes. In that instance, where that stitch was designed to be left inside of his body, he would then have only 2.5 years from the date of the wrongdoing in which to bring a lawsuit, because that stitch was improperly placed. So because that happened more than 20 years ago, he no longer has the ability to bring a timely claim for his infertility. Now, it doesn't sound fair, it doesn't sound right, but that's the law as it exists today, and that's why these cases involving foreign objects are critical to understanding the key question: was this particular object designed to be left inside, or is it something that never ever should have been there? And that will help you answer that key question right away of whether or not they have a problem. All right. Anybody find this stuff informational, helpful, educational?
Could you go over the key again about the object that's supposed to be left inside?
Sure. Sure, no problem. The key question, the question was, could I go over again the question that you need to answer in order to determine whether or not you're timely in a foreign object case? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. The question always will be, was the object that was left inside, was that something that was intended, the doctor intended to leave inside?
That's not the part, I got that one.
Okay.
But what's the implication of that?
The implication is, if it's something that's not meant to be left inside, then you have only 1 year from the date of discovery in which to file suit.
And if it was meant to be inside?
If it was meant to be left inside, you have only 2.5 years from the date of the wrongdoing in which to bring suit. So it's dramatically different. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Quick question?
Yes?
When you said on discovery, did I hear you say reasonable discovery earlier, or just discovery?
Yes. The question again is it reasonable discovery or just discovery? There are cases where a patient should have recognized, or through the course of talking to their doctors, that something there should have been recognized. And that's where the reasonable discovery phrase comes in. So if you're talking to your doctor and they say, you know, I see something on the x-ray, and the patient says, okay, now I have to go to somebody else to get it evaluated. If the patient waits 2 years to get it evaluated or done, the patient knew 2 years earlier that there was something there and should have taken action. So that's what is meant by reasonable discovery. Okay? Now, let me throw in another monkey wrench into the time frame. And I'm spending a lot of time on this because it's so crucial. Remember, if the client comes to you and they're out of time, it doesn't matter what you do, what you know, or who you send them to, nothing is going to make a difference.